What would you do if you were born into a world of violence and crime, where the only way to survive is to rise through the ranks of a notorious gang? Daniel is about to find out. He's standing in the middle of a deserted alley, surrounded by graffiti-covered walls, the smell of trash and decay filling his nostrils. He looks around, taking in his surroundings, his eyes scanning the area for any sign of danger. He's walking cautiously, his feet echoing off the walls, as he tries to get his bearings. Daniel is approaching a group of rough-looking men, their faces twisted with scars and tattoos, their eyes fixed on him with a mixture of curiosity and hostility. They're staring him down, their arms crossed, as they size him up. Daniel is standing his ground, his fists clenched, as he tries to show them he's not afraid. One of the men is stepping forward, a burly guy with a thick beard, his eyes narrowing as he looks Daniel up and down. He's pointing at Daniel, his finger jabbing the air, as he says something to the others. They're nodding, their faces expressionless, as they seem to come to some sort of decision. The men are closing in on Daniel, their movements slow and deliberate, as they surround him. Daniel is backing away, his eyes darting back and forth, as he tries to find an escape route. But there's nowhere to go, the alley is a dead end, and he's trapped. The men are getting closer, their faces inches from Daniel's, as they start to intimidate him. But it's clear he's in over his head, and he's not sure what's going to happen next. The burly guy is grabbing Daniel's arm, his grip like a vice, as he spins him around. Daniel is stumbling, his feet catching on the ground, as he tries to regain his balance. The men are pushing him forward, their hands on his back, as they propel him towards a graffiti-covered wall. Daniel is walking, his feet dragging, as he's forced to approach the wall. The men are stopping him, their hands on his shoulders, as they turn him to face the wall. Daniel is looking up, his eyes scanning the graffiti, as he sees the symbol of the Norteños gang. The men are nodding, their faces serious, as they seem to be initiating Daniel into their gang. Daniel is looking around, his eyes wide with fear, as he realizes what's happening. He's trying to pull away, but the men are holding him tight, their grip unyielding. The burly guy is pulling out a knife, the blade glinting in the sunlight, as he starts to carve the Norteños symbol into Daniel's arm. Daniel is crying out, his voice echoing off the walls, as he feels the pain coursing through his body. The men are cheering, their voices loud and raucous, as they welcome Daniel into their gang. Daniel is looking down, his eyes fixed on the symbol, as he realizes he's now a part of the Norteños. He's walking with the men, their arms around his shoulders, as they lead him deeper into the gang's territory. Daniel is seeing the sights and sounds of the gang's world, the poverty and violence, the crime and corruption. He's meeting other gang members, their faces twisted with scars and tattoos, as they welcome him into their fold. Daniel is learning the ways of the gang, the rules and rituals, the hierarchy and the codes. He's being taught how to fight, how to use a gun, how to survive on the streets. Daniel is practicing his new skills, his movements awkward at first, but growing more confident with each passing day. He's becoming a part of the gang, a valued member, as he earns the respect of the others. Daniel is rising through the ranks, his status growing, as he becomes a leader within the gang. The men are looking up to Daniel, their faces filled with admiration, as he proves himself to be a capable and ruthless leader. Daniel is making decisions, his voice firm and commanding, as he guides the gang through the treacherous world of crime and violence. He's negotiating with other gangs, his words smooth and persuasive, as he tries to forge alliances and avoid conflicts. Daniel is walking a fine line, his balance precarious, as he tries to keep the gang safe and prosperous. But with power comes danger, and Daniel is facing challenges from within and outside the gang. Rival gangs are trying to take him down, their attacks fierce and relentless, as they try to assert their dominance. Daniel is fighting back, his gun blazing, as he defends his gang and his territory. He's taking risks, his actions bold and daring, as he tries to outmaneuver his enemies. Daniel is winning battles, his victories sweet and satisfying, as he solidifies his position as a leader. The police are cracking down, their presence suffocating, as they try to dismantle the gang's operations. Daniel is evading them, his movements quick and stealthy, as he tries to stay one step ahead of the law. He's using his knowledge of the streets, his familiarity with the terrain, as he navigates the complex web of alleys and side streets. Daniel is hiding in plain sight, his disguise clever and convincing, as he blends in with the crowds. The gang is thriving, its power and influence growing, as Daniel's leadership pays off. The men are prosperous, their pockets filled with cash, as they enjoy the fruits of their labor. Daniel is celebrating, his smile wide and triumphant, as he looks out over the gang's territory. He's feeling proud, his chest swelling with pride, as he realizes what he's accomplished. But with success comes complacency, and Daniel is letting his guard down, his attention wavering. A rival gang is launching a surprise attack, their guns blazing, as they try to catch Daniel and his gang off guard. Daniel is reacting, his movements swift and instinctive, as he tries to defend himself and his gang. He's fighting back, his gun firing, as he tries to drive off the attackers. The battle is intense, the noise deafening, as the two gangs clash in a frenzy of violence. Daniel is taking cover, his body pressed against the wall, as he tries to avoid the hail of bullets. The police are arriving, their sirens blaring, as they try to break up the fight. Daniel is retreating, his movements quick and agile, as he tries to escape the chaos. He's running, his feet pounding the ground, as he tries to put as much distance between himself and the violence. Daniel is looking back, his eyes wide with fear, as he sees the destruction and chaos he's left behind. Daniel is stopping, his chest heaving, as he tries to catch his breath. He's looking around, his eyes taking in the devastation, as he realizes the true cost of his actions. He's seeing the bodies, the blood and the broken glass, as he understands the harm he's caused. Daniel is feeling remorse, his heart heavy with regret, as he wishes he could turn back the clock. The police are closing in, their voices firm and commanding, as they order Daniel to surrender. Daniel is raising his hands, his fingers spread wide, as he gives himself up. He's walking towards the police, his feet heavy with defeat, as he accepts his fate. Daniel is being handcuffed, his wrists locked in place, as he's read his rights. He's being led away, his head bowed in shame, as he's taken into custody. The gang is falling apart, its members scattering, as they try to avoid the fallout. Daniel is looking back, his eyes filled with sadness, as he sees the destruction of everything he's worked for. He's realizing that the life of a gang member is not worth the cost, the violence and the bloodshed, the pain and the suffering. Daniel is understanding that there's a better way, a way out of the cycle of violence, as he begins to see the error of his ways. Daniel is spending years in prison, his time marked by reflection and regret. He's thinking about his past, his mistakes and his failures, as he tries to come to terms with what he's done. He's seeking redemption, his heart filled with a desire to make amends, as he tries to find a way to make things right. Daniel is taking classes, his mind engaged, as he learns new skills and new ways of thinking. He's becoming a better person, his character growing stronger, as he prepares himself for a life outside of the gang. The day of Daniel's release is finally arriving, his freedom within reach, as he's given a second chance. He's walking out of the prison gates, his feet feeling the warm sun on his skin, as he takes his first steps towards a new life. Daniel is looking around, his eyes taking in the sights and sounds of the outside world, as he tries to get his bearings. He's feeling hopeful, his heart filled with a sense of possibility, as he starts to build a new life for himself. Daniel is finding a job, his work ethic strong, as he tries to make a positive contribution to society. He's becoming a productive member of his community, his presence felt, as he works to make a difference. He's helping others, his actions selfless, as he tries to give back to those in need. Daniel is finding happiness, his heart filled with joy, as he realizes that there's more to life than the gang. If you're inspired by Daniel's story, and you want to hear more about the Norteños gang, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. We'll be bringing you more true crime stories, more mysteries to solve, and more tales of redemption and hope. And if you have any thoughts or comments about Daniel's journey, be sure to leave them in the section below. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll be responding to as many comments as we can. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.